So it's morning, so good morning. Now this is a video about rescuing your old power bank. So, okay, yeah, so get rid of all this. So this was, or it used to be, my power bank. Now what happened after many times of plugging it in and unplugging it, the opposite to charge port, no actually, the charge port got destroyed. So you couldn't plug it in anymore. So there I was. There's actually 1, 2, 3, 4 batteries, but I had 5 batteries and I couldn't do anything with them. So what makes it good to use batteries from a power bank is that they are all going to be within margin of error the same voltage. So that saves you from a lot of problems down the line. Now I put 1, 2, 3, 4 and they're all wired in parallel, and I'll show you what parallel looks like in case you don't know. So basically you get the same voltage, like let's say one battery is maybe 2 volts, and then 2 batteries, 3 batteries, 4 batteries. So total 4 batteries will be 8 volts. But if you wire them in series, they will be 8 volts. But they are wired in parallel, so the total voltage is 2 volts. But the amperage is increasing. The amperage adds. So maybe 2000 milliamps, 4000, 6000, 8000 milliamps. So 8 amps and 2 volts, something like that. But that's not what this is rated for. So that is good. And what I brought online is, you could say it's an alternative to the charge port that's on your power bank, and it can work like that as well. So the wee little chip I've got on here is called the TP4056. Of course you can't see it because it's so small. Here's my hand for scale. 1 finger for scale, yep. Pen for scale. Card for scale. Anyway, you get the point, it's really small so you can't read it. Now what this does now is this one has a type C connector, so you can plug something, a power source with a type C connector in here, and you can output to, you see here we've got the outermost 2, those output to a device, and the middle 2, those output to a battery. So you plug a power source in here, does its jazz in here, and charges the battery. But at the same time, if you plug in a device here, it'll take the charge from here, charge the battery, and also power the device. And if you unplug here, it will seamlessly take the power from the battery, so you won't have any interruption, kind of like a UPS. So anyway, what you can do here is you can plug your battery in, for example, and then here you'll plug into whatever you want to power. Now all this mess I've got here is actually to power one of my orange pies. So for example, I'll just plug it in and I'll just show you how it works. So what I've got here is a boost converter. So this is outputting 5 volts. And what the battery is supplying is 3.8. So 3.8 volts, sorry, 5 volts is going out to here. And forget about that. Now I got this plugged into the GPIO pins. That's just 5 volt DC and a ground. And if I plug this in, it shouldn't blow up. It should light up. And we have a green light. So, and also on the PWM board we got a red light. But that of course is not powered. So anyway, that's how this works, I guess. So instead of plugging in your device here, what you'll do is you'll plug in another port like this, maybe a USB or something, so then you can just plug your phone in, whatever. So right now this is outputting 3.7 volts, so maybe you can use this boost converter or not, but you can configure it to always output the same voltage. So if your device needs 5 volts, you can output it to 5 volts. You can turn this little key around here up to something like 20 something volts. If you need something that is that high, but I found most of my devices are just 5 volts. If you are having if you want to modify your TP4056, just remember TP4056 is just the name of this chip. It is not the name of the whole board. So if you go online searching for TP4056, you might just find this one chip here. But alternatively, these little boards will also pop up. So they'll always have their own little connectors. Some will have a Type-C, some will have a micro USB, USB, you know, you get the point, many different ports. But also alternatively, some only offer like these 2 middle ones just for charging batteries. So if you just want to charge a battery, that's fine. So by that sense, you plug it in, plug a power source in here, you charge your battery. Once your battery is charged, you unplug this, you get rid of this, and you plug your battery into something else. But this one has the ability to charge batteries and power a device. So the middle 2 charge battery, the outer 2 power the device. So yeah, just a word of warning, this gets a little hot when you're charging. And we have a tiny little resistor, really tiny. Let's see if I can get a focus there. We see R3. Now what you can do is you can actually remove this resistor and change it to something with a little less resistance, so you get more current flowing through here, so you can charge battery faster or something like that. But I found that charging these 4 batteries in this configuration works fine. This does get really hot, and yeah, it's not really anything to be concerned about. If your batteries are matching, it's not going to explode your batteries. If you do get smoke out of this, get rid of it. Yeah, so that's pretty much how to repurpose a battery. I think this cost just a couple of dollars, so you could probably even put it in the same enclosure, because I remember, I don't have it now because I chucked it out, but the actual charging board was about, how do I do this? Was about this big. So yeah, you can chuck that charging board out, hook the battery up, and then hook this up to another output, whatever connection you, sorry, this one, whatever connection you want, like whether it be a USB Type-C, whatever. You charge through here and you got your working power bank back. And a bonus, because normally you can't charge and use the power bank at the same time, with this you can. So things gonna get really hot, and it's not really advisable to do something like that, I guess, but it's something you can do. So conclusion, before you go about doing any of this, just make sure your battery voltages are matching and do some research on how your battery configuration should be, and you should be fine. That's it. See you later.